Through God's grace, Methodist Children's Home has been blessed to offer hope and impact many lives for 125 years. The faces have changed over the years, but we have stayed true to our spiritual foundation. Our dedicated staff strive every day to fulfill our mission and serve children, youth, and families in a nurturing Christian community. Over the years, our ministry transformed from an orphanage to a nationally accredited multi-service child care agency, adapting our programs to meet the needs of society. Today, Methodist Children's Home provides support to those from the hard places of life through residential, transition, and family outreach services. We are committed to finding new ways to reach families and have partnered with Texas Christian University's Institute of Child Development to implement trust-based relational intervention techniques into our everyday practices. This emerging model of care focuses on creating healing environments for children who have experienced relationship-based trauma. As we celebrate 125 years of personal stories, Methodist Children's Home follows God's lead on a daily basis to give those hurting a chance to rebuild, strengthen their families, and make positive changes in their lives.
I had a really bad attitude about things and I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to be home, doing my thing and not what everybody else told me to do. I think that I was just going through a big change. I didn't know how to do things, but I had other people around me to help.
Damian came to Methodist Children's Home Boys Ranch when he was 12 years old. His home life had become unstable, and he was angry and getting into trouble. He needed a safe place where he could focus on being a teenager, getting an education, and building his future. While living at the ranch, Damian was given opportunities to discover talents and interests through our residential services program. He joined FFA, where he has cared for a sheep and steer showing at local livestock shows. He also got the chance to play football and played for 2 years for the MCH Bulldogs. Damian attends classes at the charter school located on the Waco campus and has improved his grades. He formed connections with staff and his peers and has learned to deal with emotional challenges. Those relationships became especially important after a tragedy struck his family.
My biggest challenge was probably going through my mother's death and everything, and just being able to go through that, and the staff and some of my peers were actually here to pick me back up when I was down. It was hard at the time, but I'm really thankful for a lot of the staff that were there for me. They were support. They were able to help me through a lot of things and just talk it out instead of keeping it bottled up. I've grown really close to God. Especially with my mom's passing and everything, I've grown really close to Him and grown a really positive relationship with God. It's helped me a lot. Sometimes I get down, I just pray about it.
Damian understands that God is always there for him and has gained strength through his spirituality and relationships with his Methodist Children's Home family. He plans to attend college to become a counselor or dentist. Damian is now hopeful and looks forward to his future.
That's one of my biggest accomplishments that I've made here, is just opening up and not letting everything get to me. It's been a really big help having that main support on just being able to have others around me instead of being alone.
Before the program, I was a little scared because our funds were low, and even with me and my husband working and taking care of our son and expecting our daughter, it was kind of scary and didn't know if we were going to be able to make it.
Stephanie's family was facing financial challenges and needed help to get back on their feet. As a teenager, Stephanie spent 4 years as a resident at Methodist Children's Home. She was familiar with the mission and learned about a program called Family Solutions through MCH Family Outreach that could help her work through her problems. Through the program, her family would meet with a case manager weekly to develop goals and receive support as she strives to achieve them.
When we started, I got to know my case manager, Beth, and we just kind of talked throughout our first visit on getting to know each other first. And then a week later, we started talking about my goals and what I needed to get done. It was more relaxing, being able to talk. Somebody there to help you.
Stephanie was able to get connected to community resources to help her family financially. She attended parenting classes to help her feel more confident when caring for her children. She plans to go to college to study nursing in order to better provide for her family.
Meeting these goals are important for my family because my family deserves a better life.
Stephanie is working hard to improve her family situation and get her life back on track. When she faced challenging times as an adult, Stephanie was able to find the support she needed at a place she trusted.
I have learned that there are still good people out there that are willing to help others. Methodist Children's Home is a good place. They have lovely staff that care for you. Some will be tough, some will be nice, but they do it because they care for you.
Damian and Stephanie were able to find the compassion, support, and love that they needed through Methodist Children's Home. Our ministry does not receive church apportionments from United Methodist churches, and less than 5% of our budget comes from state and federal dollars. Therefore, we rely on charitable donations to continue our services. Methodist Children's Home cares about those we serve and has continued to flourish thanks to its commitment to Christian values, the expertise of its staff, and the generosity of its supporters. As we build on our rich traditions and history, we look forward to continuing our legacy of excellence as a leader in childcare and broadening our impact on families and communities. We invite you to support our mission and learn more about our ministry. How have we been able to impact lives for 125 years? Because at Methodist Children's Home, we remain true to our mission. We cross our heart